So hi everyone, I'm um, oops, reviewing the code for Mario AI and wanna look into or try to look into the code to see how they build it. Um, yeah, so I'm just recording this if you're interested. It probably would be really long, and I hope I actually finish it. Um, Okay, so here we have this is the code that the parts that I have in my work in progress version, and we have the basic functions regarding things that are not related to um, generating the neural network, just to get some information like positioning or tiles in the game. So I just copied it. I don't think we need to go into too much detail for now. And then the first thing that we have regarding to neural network is new pool, which consists of these elements, and pool itself is a list, and then it consists of species, also a list, and then generation just number, innovations output, we don't know what output is for now, and then these ones are like index for what is the current one out of the list. Max fitness, it's the score that the procedure uses to measure or how the AI knows how good it's doing. So you want it to be higher. Current frame. And then this is the main procedure that's running for now. And this is basically just saying if high banner is not checked, then show the banner. And I draw a box. And here we started to define the species and genomes. We have species from here because we know it's a list. And then genome, we haven't defined it yet. So I will go back up. Well, wait, I have another. So genome, it's species.genome. So it should be under species, which is here. So this is saying that a species, it's a list, and it has these things where genome is also a list. And then you have average fitness of a species. You have the top fitness, staleness. Not too sure what that means. Maybe it got stuck. Okay, so now that works. And then the next thing is if form is checked of show network, then display the genome. So this is two functions. So show network is a form. So I have to get it from here. Write file, temp pool, event on exit. I'm not gonna do that yet. So the forms is here. You have fitness. I think this basically creates a panel. Oops. That's not shown in my stream, but this is like a little panel where you can select yes or no multiple things. This is the name of the window. And then you have, these are just the labeling. Max fitness is a number, and then show network, it's a form with a checkbox. So this is the word that's displayed next to the checkbox, and show the mutation rate. That's a graph they're drawing. I know. Well, this part is just the little window that shows up where you can, show the network, or you can select if you wanna show it or not. It's not actually drawing it yet. Probably drawing it in another function. So yeah. So here it says if this checkbox is checked, then you would run this form. Oh yeah, display genome, which is, I think that's where they would show how many nodes are in the neural network, and then they draw the lines to connect them. Recognize the form. It's C#, right? I actually don't know what language it is. They did say they can incorporate different languages, but this one is called Lua. But I think they can, like, allows you to use different types of coding language. It's probably very similar to a lot of them. So now we look at the syntax look like C#. That's good. I guess I'll practice my C# while looking at this. Display genome. Okay, so let's find the function. This is related to just drawing some dots and connecting it. Display. Let me just do a search. Okay. Perform learning in your network and display resulting network map. So actually, this is related to learning. Yikes. Okay, so this part is perform display. So we are already going to have this. There's one part where it's about drawing the cells. I will just I'll just do a little bit of it at a time. Okay, so this is the little version of the function. So you have a network, which is genome network. We don't have a genome defined yet, so I have to add that in. Cells is a list, and a cell is also a list. Oof. So I'm going to look at the genome definition. So this is the part of how a genome is defined, and it is a list. It has genes in it. it has fitness, adjust the fitness network, max neuron, global rank, mutation rates, and then regarding the mutation rates, there's different types of mutation in it. The nodes could be disabled, enabled, add a new node, add a new link between the existing nodes. So if you look at it like you have different, let's say you only have one layer and you have one node and it connects with the output and the input. So this one node is what, I guess, how the information, or how, yeah, the information from the input got translated to match with the output. And if you add another node, so now you have two nodes, and it would be a node mutation. And regarding these two nodes, you could have links depending on what you want. And you can have multiple layers. I think I guess I'm still a bit confused with what the structure looks like, but it's kind of like from the paper that I read earlier, it's kind of like a family tree where you have one point, it's the output, and then it's connected to, let's say, 2 points, and then the 2 points are connected to more points underneath it. And then the bottom, the most bottom layer is the input, and then the top one is the output. So you give it some inputs, and then it goes through some steps and layers, and then it produces the output. Yeah, but I'm not too sure like some of it. So enable and disable would be when two nodes, they are connected with each other at first, but then you added another node in between them, so then they cannot directly connect with each other. They have to go through a third node to get to the other one. So then the original connection is disabled, and two smaller connections are created, and those would be enabled. Anyways, let's go back here. So now we have a network, which is a list. This is a list. Okay, now let's go back to the code for this one. So now we have a section where we're drawing the cells in the neural network. I'm just gonna copy this part. Should be kind of, I think cells is the equivalent of the nodes. And so a cell is a list, and then cell.x, this is their coordinates, and the value is the neuron's value. It's kind of like they use different terms, but actually cells seems to be neurons, if that makes sense. And cell is just one element of a neuron, but it might not be the case. And so you get a cell and then you put it in this list. For y equals to box radius, so for the y value in this range, and then for x value in this range, cell is a list, cell.x equals to 50 plus 5 times the x value, and then 70 plus 5 times the y value, and then the value. So first of all, we didn't define cell yet, so I need to look at that. Oh wait, what? Oh, we should have defined it somewhere. Because like what is cell.x, right? Or unless there isn't one. Isn't a definition. I would be surprised. It doesn't look like it's defined anywhere. But maybe it's just defined here. Cell is like a local. It's only used inside this function, like a local variable. It's not something that other parts of the procedure cares about. So, what is a network? So a network is genome's network, and then what is genome's network? It's a list. And here we see network has neurons. So this part we also didn't define. So let me look for that. Generate network. So there's another function called generate network. And I think it's before this display. Generate network. Then you have evaluate network, initiation, and then we have display genome. So yeah, let's add that. Okay. So here, generate network. This is a mini version of it. Like I kind of want I don't know, something simpler to make it work first and then add more content to it instead of, having too much and then go down the rabbit hole. That's why I try to do it in this way. But I'm debating if I should look into this generate network function, because obviously it's gonna look at other things. So at least from here, you know that, hey, this network has a neurons, and in a network you have neurons and it's a list. So here you would assign the value of the cell equals to the ith ith neuron value. We don't know what the value is yet, but we just know it's assigned to the cell's value. And then you create this cell and you put it in the cells list. I think I'm gonna leave this for now. So you have network neurons, it's an empty list, and then you have genome network, it's this equal to this network. So I think we'll just leave it like this for now. It would be just a empty list with a empty list of neurons. And obviously, if you want to assign, the cell value equals to this ith neuron, then yeah, we need the network to have some neurons in it. But I'll just leave it for now. For simplification, I think I will search it up here. Okay. So you have a for loop, drawing the cells in your network dot neurons. So your cell has a position and then the value is from the neuron value. And then you put these little cells into a list. Okay, so that's the second for loop. And now you have bias cells. I'm gonna need to eat soon. Bias cells is a list. The position is 80 and 110. The value is the inputs value, and the cells inputs what equals to bias cell. So inputs should be a index, I'm guessing, because neurons is just a list. Not very clear what it's about for now. And then so I think when they say training the neural network, it probably is all hidden in here, or yeah, it's in here or in here, or when we generate a network, it creates the network and do all the calculations, and then afterwards it's just drawing it out. So this is creating bias cells. And then the next part is for O equals to 1 to output to this. So I'm thinking output is like a layer. As I mentioned before, you started with inputs, and then you go layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and then you ended up with output. So output might be like 5, and input might be like 1, I'm guessing. So you have 2, 3, 4 in the middle, where that's all the cells are. For O equals to 1 to output do a bunch of stuff. I think this is the part where we want to see it in the game. I think my game is just showing the main menu. Like here we're assigning values, sure. So we haven't like start drawing it yet. So in this next part we are drawing something. Let me just take it over. So for O from 1 to output through cell is a empty list. Cell X equals to this, cell Y equals to this. So X is the X coordinate, and it's gonna go from left to right. So that means at first it's just 120. It starts with 120. And then the Y is the vertical. So it has 30 plus 8 times O. So it's gonna, I think, start from the top and then it goes downward because the smaller number is on the top. And then cell value is the max node plus O value. I don't know why it has max nodes. And then cells in this list, you save it as cell. And if the value is bigger than 1, so I'm guessing bigger than 1, bigger than 0 means you are, enable or something. Then you set the color to this, otherwise you set color to this, and then you draw it out. Draw the text, you draw button names. So there are a list of buttons. I think they are defined on top, unless I didn't add it. Buttons. Oh yeah, here. The button names. We're playing this one, so the button name is A, B, X, Y, up, down, left, right. This is a list. Outputs is number of button names. So I think this is the length or number of items in the thing. So outputs would be number of buttons equals to 3, 6, 8. What's the 8? So back here, yeah. So outputs is the number of buttons actually. And then it draws a color. So this is about drawing the buttons. So it would be nice to like see this. So we need to define some of the things and then make sure the code works. And I think initiating the network is probably when you make a very simple version of it. So we can look into that and create a very simple version. And then it would be, just you can see what it looks like. So this one is, I think this one is color button if it's active. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like after the max nodes from 1 to 8, the value is greater than 0, then you make this color. And if it's less than or equal to 0, then it's this color. But I think right now it's not going to run because we first of all, our neurons, it's empty and there's like nothing in it, and then we haven't defined max node yet. So I think we can just start with this one, which is a color the button step. Okay, so another question is genome.network. We didn't generate network yet. Like it hasn't been run anywhere. So initialize run. So when did we run this? Load file. So when we are loading the file, we will initialize run. When we do play top, we will initialize run. And then in the code, we will also initialize run. But it's not run at first. It's actually run at the very end. So at the beginning, there's actually like nothing. Like when we are running the show network and display the genome, it's probably showing nothing at first. I'm surprised they didn't initiate it at the beginning. But that might mean, and then I need to check where max node is being defined, because if if it's defined somewhere, oh, actually we already defined it. It's a million at the beginning. So actually I think our code is, we can run this. um So the problem is there's like no value in it, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to assign a value to it. Let's see, 5 minus O. So then when O is small, then it's a positive, and then later it's gonna be negative. So I'm going to refresh this. What is this? Wait, why is there a new window showing up? It's kind of scary because this window is empty. form equals to forms new form. So it created a form, but it's blank. Form equals to forms dot new form, and it looks like the name is correct, which is called fitness. But the other stuff, they're not displayed properly. Let me try reloading it. See if that helped. Oh, come on. Don't give me something so complicated. And I'm gonna run this. So it looks like my form is not created properly. Fitness 1. Let's see. Yeah, so the name is correct. It's correct, but the form itself is not looking good. Let me turn up the heater. Be back. Okay, so since the form is not showing up correctly, instead of, if form is checked, blah blah blah, we were just gonna run it. So I'm going to comment out this part and then write if true to replace it. So then it will always run the display genome code. So let's try to run it again. Hello? Wait. Oh, I paused it. First of all, my character is moving around, and then I run the script. Doesn't seem like it's Mario. Whoops! Where did he go? I'm up. Way better. I'm just trying to draw the neural network at the top right now. This guy. I should not pick the first map. Yeah, it's not showing up. What I'm expecting is it should show the first couple of buttons, and then it doesn't show, or actually it should show all the buttons. It's just the color would be different, and that is not happening. Why is that? Cell value is this draw text, display genome. So first of all, we set it to true. That's your that you have to run it every time. And actually, I might just do this here because I just wanted to run it equals to 1. So here I'll keep it as O, and then the color I'll do this one. Yeah, so now it should run it, or it should draw the buttons. It doesn't seem like it's doing anything. I said if true, then this. So we wanted to, oh, it's GUI draw text. What if I just do text, and okay, try it again. I just want to like see something on the screen. And it's not working. I wonder if I have to like restart. Let me reboot. I don't want the first island. I want the second island. So notice the box showed up from the very beginning, but the buttons are not. I wonder what's not working. If I put it in here, on my game start, so I set O, I set color, we have button names, so we should at least see the button names, and then we'll see if this draw text function works. Let me restart again. Very cool. Which part is really cool? Not making many progress right now. Yeah, it's actually not showing up even with my game loop on. That's part of coding though, that it's stuck most of the time. Oh, actually, now I think about it, I might want to change the color to this one. Let's see. Yeah, let's just do it for both. Color 2 equals 2 in case, oh, actually that one is an invisible color. Color 2, color 2. Yeah. I was like thinking about going into CS. Oh, 10 push-ups. Push-ups. Thanks, Oishi. I actually didn't see it. Until something works. Okay, so because I'm also not sure when, you know, if I need to close the window for it to actually take place. Okay, so it's not showing up, and the background is there like the whole time. I actually want to know what color it is. Let me copy this. I want to see what these two colors are. So I'm gonna set it equals to, actually, this, and then set it to color. Don't care about this one. So this should change the color of the background box. Like apparently it's there. Like if it changes color, then we know that it's legit. Like the code has been updated. But it doesn't look like it's. Let's see. Pause or resume. Toggle. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's being updated. Reboot core. There's no way the background color is the same for both. So it looks like I make some changes in my code, but it's not um reflected in the game. Like for example, you see this box. It's supposed to be like a red, I would think. But it's just not working. So I am going to remove this and then load it again. Open script. And then reset. Oh. Well, I'll stop recording now because it's just debugging.